again.
Again.
100%.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's Eric.
And Chris.
Welcome back to another lovely edition of Whiskey in a Hammock.
And today it's a special edition because we have our good friend Chris Homie down over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who I'm pretty sure has been on our videos more than anybody ever.
It's because I'm the coolest.
It's like 6 times now. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and then with one of my new favorite brands,
100%,
Frey Ranch.
yeah.
First time I had it was in Georgia, and then it magically appeared here in Florida.
Yeah. So I'm doing my job then, right?
You are, yes. Now I can find it. 'Cause
Exactly.
Before, I had to trade and call people, because I first tried the rye.
The rye.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I was like,
the rye
"Ooh,
is so
that
good,
is
too."
good.
They good. Yeah. It's really cool to see the amount of people who know the brand down here in the South and in the East. Even though we're relatively new, there's so many people who have gotten it from Nevada, or it's got this following to it behind it. Even though we're just really starting to get it out, which is super cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, even like earlier this year, we did the St. Augustine Food and Wine Fest,
Yeah.
which you were generous enough to, give us a few bottles and
Yeah.
let us taste it out there, and people loved it.
That's
People
awesome.
took pictures all day long.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a liquid to lips is important for us, right? It's
Mhm.
always nice when we got good juice, and
Yes.
bottle's beautiful, but the juice is just as good, if not better, which is
Oh,
hard to beat
yeah.
considering the package, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. Now you got to tell us a little bit about Frey Ranch because I can't believe that they're from Nevada.
Yeah, so, coming from Nevada is something super interesting, right? Because you always hear about bourbon, and the last thing you think of is Nevada, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we've been farming in Nevada since 1854, which is actually 10 years before Nevada even became a state.
That's
which is
crazy.
Super cool.
Mhm.
And so with that being said, we've been farming over there, and we were really growing corn, wheat, barley, and rye, and a lot of alfalfa. But we realized that we were making these great, incredible whiskey growing grains, right? What's the best way to showcase your whiskey, your grains that are corn, wheat, barley, and rye, then put it into whiskey, right?
Mm.
So, as a farmer, you build your grain, right? You blood, sweat, and tears into farming. It's like growing up, like raising your child for college and sending them off and never seeing them ever
again.
right? And so it's this thing where it's like you almost it's kind of unfulfilling, right? So you grow this grain, you sell in the commodity market, you don't know what it goes into. It could go into whiskey from somebody else. It could go to make breads. It can make all these different things. And so we really wanted to showcase how our quality of grains that we grow right on the farm. And Colby became passionate about whiskey, and they actually did a little bit of wine on the farm beforehand.
Mhm.
It's also a funny thing when you think of Nevada and agriculture. They don't really make sense.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was all desert.
Yeah, and Nevada is one of the driest states in the country. But it's super cool. We're in this really unique area in Fallon, Nevada, which is also considered the oasis in Nevada. So it's cool when you're driving in, you fly into Reno, so we're northern. There's things in Nevada that are not Las Vegas, believe it or not,
Yeah.
right? Because
Really?
everybody's
That's it?
like, "Oh, you're in Nevada. I'm going to Vegas next week." And I'm like, "Cool.
Nowhere near.
That's 8
So-
hours away.
we got a 6.5-hour drive. You want to come see us?"
Well, right, because you're actually closer to Sacramento than
Yeah,
Las
so we're
Vegas?
closer to wine country than we are even to Vegas. Which is super cool.
That's cool.
But where we're positioned is unique because you fly into Reno, you go through, and you're going through the desert, right? It's tumbleweeds, right? And then all of a sudden you turn this corner and everything's green. So we get all this Sierra Nevada mountain snow melt that comes down that we use to help flood irrigate all of our fields.
Mhm.
And the things we do there would never work here, and vice versa, right? So we have to flood irrigate our fields up there, which kind of leads into some of our common sense sustainability that we do on the farm. And really what it does is it allows those grains to work really hard. So we've always heard, like in the wine world, old vines and infidels are like your best exhibits, right? And it's because those roots have to get really far down and suck all that nutrients up. And so whereas they might not produce as much grapes, they're better quality. And that's kind of similar to where we have, right? So it's a little bit harder, tougher growing conditions, but what happens is we have great grains.
Mhm.
And it allows us to really focus our grains on whiskey making. We're not
But
making-
and isn't it unique too? Because isn't it like a lot of farms, they don't grow all the grains. Like they can grow like 2 or 3 of them,
yeah.
but not. And then they have to source like usually what the barley.
Yeah, right. And so there's this whole farm to glass movement is truly a thing, right? And so you're starting to see a lot of other people starting to come through and scream from the mountaintops that they might make their own stuff or grow their own grains, and a lot of them do, but not to the degree that we do. Everything that we do is 100% grown on site. To my knowledge, we're one of the only, if not the only distillery that grows all 4 of their grains on site,
Yeah, that's what
as
I'm
well
saying.
as malts on site. So
Yeah,
literally
that's
from,
cool.
from the way we cultivate our soil, from when we put that seed in the ground, it does not leave our farm until it's in a bottle.
Wow. Yeah,
Which
that
is
is awesome.
incredible. So
Yeah.
we actually had a local manufacturer in Fallon help us design and build and weld up our malting tank. So it'd be way cheaper for us to buy our grains already malted, but it kind of just goes against the ethos of who we are. And so we really want to even our malted grain, we malt our grain on site, which is cool.
Well, and like another new term that I just heard recently
Yeah.
is estate distilling.
Yeah. So you're starting to see a little bit more of that, right? So it's like an estate grown wine,
Mhm.
but in the distilling world. So now there's like, we recently became a member of the Estate Whiskey Alliance, which is pretty cool. And in order to be that, you have to have control, either own the farm or have control of a certain percentage of the farm in what happens with those grains before you obtain them. And so it's a cool thing. They're starting to go around and kind of check on everybody and make sure everybody's doing what they said they did, right? So it's a really cool piece that I think is something you're really going to start seeing in the industry a lot more.
Yeah.
It's something to really be proud of.
All right, so then what are we tasting first?
So I brought our core lineup
Okay.
and a few goodies. But we're going to talk about the core lineup first.
I like these.
So these core lineups are the ones that in the states that we're in, you'll be able to find.
Yeah.
We have 2 different bourbons. All of them are 4-grain mash bill. It's actually really cool. This is the exact replica of our mash bill and could even be the percentage. So
Oh, wow.
2/3 corn with the rye, barley, and the wheat on there. And so we have our 90 proof bourbon. We got a farm strength version of our bourbon, and then we have a rye.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna go out of proof range.
Okay.
It's the way I like to do it because I like to stay with bourbons and then go to rye. So we're gonna start off with our 90 proof bourbon.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First off, feel that thing.
Yeah, this thing is about 90 pounds.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And so what's special about the topper and the shape?
Yeah. So the topper is actually, if you turn that thing on to where you can see it, right? It's actually made to look like a bolt. So something
Oh,
you
yeah,
see
right. That's cool.
pretty often on the bolt on the farm is bolts, right? So
yeah.
in order to be a good farmer, you have to be able to do everything. You got to be an engineer. You got to know how to
What size is
grow.
that?
Obviously, I can tell you. It's probably a 10 millimeter, so I'm never gonna be able to use it.
Yeah, something that you'll never be able to
Right.
find ever.
Everything's 10 millimeter.
Right,
Right?
everything's 10 millimeter. It's not, but it is.
The
Weird.
magic 10 millimeter.
Right. Yeah. So it's the packaging's really cool, but I'll let you guys taste it first.
All right,
Right.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah, let's do it.
let's taste some.
Wow. Yeah.
Something I think is really cool that we do, and you'll see it on the back of this guy, but I'll show it up to the camera up here too, is we put our entire mash bill right there on the side of the label, which I think is something that's really cool.
That is cool.
Even to the exact percentage, 66.6% corn, the 10% on the rye, the 12% on the barley, and the rest on the wheat. Transparency is super important.
I was just going to say, you're not hiding anything.
No, I mean, it's darn near a recipe to go make it in your bathtub, right? I don't suggest that.
Good
but
luck. So what's the tasting notes you get from this guy?
I'm gonna let you guys do that,
Ooh.
right? I personally, I have a love-hate relationship with tasting notes. I think we've all experienced different things in my life. Things that I've experienced, things that you've experienced. Or
Chris went ham right away.
I did. I think a little too much. I need
Need another one?
yeah, just a
Perfect.
scotch.
We can make that happen.
There's obviously those caramely notes in there, right?
One of the things I think is really cool about all of our whiskeys is, we really still wanted them to be kind of grain forward.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about like corn, wheat, barley, and rye while you're drinking these whiskeys, right, you can kind of feel those, which I think is really cool.
There's a hint of that cornflaky, caramely. It's so cliche to say it. I feel stupid every time I say it because it's so like that's one of the things of bourbon.
Yeah.
Like you get all the time.
Yeah.
So me saying it doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean,
What? Frey Ranch is caramely?
Right,
Like
right.
what?
And so I think that's the kind of the cool thing when it comes to whiskeys, right? With bourbon, for the most part, it's always a safe choice
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to get these certain 15, 20 flavors, right? Some are going to be elevated more than others.
Yep.
But it's safe, and I think that's why I love rye, and I think that's why I really love rye. But you know what I mean on this 90 proof bourbon, I think it's a great example. Full transparency, I don't normally love 90 proof bourbons. I'm doing this for a long time. I like barrel proof whiskeys, but with our 90 proof that makes me very excited about it, and one of the things I think that really makes it shine against other 90 proof whiskeys is the finish on it. Most 90 proof whiskeys, like, and that's how I look at everything. On everything that I drink, if I'm trying to taste for quality, is I kind of report it all back to like a roller coaster ride, right? So like you started off and it's here, did it go up, and then it went back down, did it go back up again, and like how long was that finish? How many times did your taste palette kind of go up and collect more flavors, and then back down and then collect more flavors again? Kind of every single time it goes up and down, you're like, all right, now I'm going to start getting a lot more quality whiskeys. And when you drink it, did it go to a point and then just fall off the face of the cliff?
Well, I think that's what's interesting with this, like, with that, because with 4 grain, right?
Yeah.
So 4 grain, it gives us a little something on the back, and then that finish, like I said, it's familiar up front, right? You get the sweet, but then there's something on that finish where you're like, oh, that's a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you got to think about it. We've been distilling for a little over 10 years. And 10 years ago, there wasn't a whole bunch of 4 grain mash bills in the market. There was a bunch of 3, and I think that's one of the really things that I love about working with Colby and Ashley is they don't like to just say this is how it's done and this is what we're going to do. They want to know why things work the way they work. So when we were coming out of our mash bill, we actually made 100% rye, 100% corn, 100% wheat, 100% barley. Tasted all of them individually to figure out, okay, what is actually each proponent adding to this whiskey when it's all said and done. And so when everybody else was just telling us just go ahead and do a 3 grain, he's like, no, man, I really like what this wheat's doing. I really love what this barley's doing. I think they all have this integral, beautiful part together.
Yep.
And so when we made our whiskey, that's kind of the methodology behind why we went to a 4 grain. And I think it really stands out in all of our whiskeys, but it definitely stands out on our 90 proof.
So the very end of that roller coaster ride for me was, so my grandpa used to work in the wheat fields and stuff like that, right? So I'd go out there with him and you take a wheat plant or whatever, right? And then you like just plunk it out of the ground, and then you take it, you roll it in your hands like this, to get all the grain itself out, and then you can smell it, and then you taste it. It literally tasted exactly like it smells and it tastes at the very end of the road.
That's really awesome.
It was.
Well, and that goes back to the tasting notes, right? That's an experience I haven't had. I've had it recently because I've been to the farm, right? But like, aside from working at Frey Ranch, like I would have never had that experience that you had, which is a tasting note that you're going to be able to bring to the table that nobody else had unless they worked in the rice fields or wheat fields, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to the rice fields.
No. But yeah, that's what it instantly. When you were talking about the roller coaster, I swished it around my mouth and I sit there for a minute, and that's what I got was when you take that plant and you roll it like this. You smell it and you just eat one of the seeds, and that's exactly
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And that's really what we were aiming for, right? Like, what a better way to showcase our whiskey than what you just said right there. And that really kind of runs it home for us on why we do what we do. And, that fact that you just said that is exactly
that's awesome.
What we love to see. And we're going to go right into our farm strength. So our farm strength is our barrel strength uncut version of our traditional bourbon. So same 4 grain mash bill. These whiskeys are made together. We actually blend all of our whiskeys to a flavor profile. After we blend them to a certain flavor profile in different batches, they're normally around 100 barrel batches. We'll pull off what we need for farm strength. The whiskey is proof down to our 90 proof.
Okay.
The cool thing about these right here is this is actually batch number 14. So it says it right there.
Yep.
This is also batch 14.
No way.
So everything's the same, just
it doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
I mean, full transparency, a lot of times it doesn't.
Yeah.
This is just a really cool accident, right? These whiskeys were actually, this whiskey was once this whiskey.
Right.
They were blended all to get to this exact flavor profile. Some were proof down to 90, some we kept out. So this guy right here on batch 14 is going to come out at 123 proof. Yeah, 123.88 proof on this guy.
Yeah. So do you have a master blender?
So we have a master distiller. Russell is our master distiller. So he had worked with Colby for a really long time and started distilling for us. And it just was a really great relationship. And the man's awesome, right? It's funny because you always hear about, it's tough and really on the rye, you always hear about people. So our rye is 100% rye.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you always hear about people like doing a 95.5 because it's easier to start and all things. And I said something to him once. I was like, hey, like, the fact that we're 100% rye, that might be a little bit tough to get started. And he started laughing. He was like, yeah, no, not at all, right? There's some other things that we do on the farm that are a little bit more hard, but it's really cool to kind of see his mindset into everything. And so yeah, that's our master distiller. But it's super cool because Colby works in the distillery every single day too, right? So he kind of does everything. He's in the office, he's in the fields. One of the first times I ever met Colby, we were at the farm, and I was doing I'd gotten the job, right? And I was doing like my onboarding and all the things, and he came over and he was like, "Chris, you want to go watch something sketchy?" And I was like, "Did we just become best friends?"
Right?
Get in the truck. And so we drove over, and we watched. We were flipping tractor equipment over that we were using to level out our fields, and it was like, heck yeah, man! Like, you want to go watch something sketchy? Jump in the truck.
Yeah,
like,
1000%.
Let's go. I know I'm in the right spot, right?
We're gonna go mess some people up. It's not gonna go good.
Right.
Whose car are we taking?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
whatever
So
that
it
movie
was
quote
really
is.
cool. So yeah, that's our barrel strength. We actually call it farm strength for a couple different reasons, but obviously it's barrel strength, so it kind of comes down together, right? But we actually were making all of our batch bourbons, and so we kept a few batches back, and we went to go taste them, taste like batch 1, batch 2, realized they were gone, and realized, wait a minute, this is how we like to drink it on the farm. It's delicious, it's amazing. But that's how we were drinking on the farm, so we were like, why not? Farm strength.
Yeah,
So that's
right.
that's kind of how farm strength got its name.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's some really cool things. We got some really fun stuff coming too, which is even more fun.
Well, and that's the other thing that that was interesting. Right? Seeing that that your production is 80% bourbon, 50% rye, and 5% of what Colby calls fun stuff.
Yeah. So our fun stuff is stuff we'll talk about. I may or may not have some down here, and that's January, right? So we do get to have a lot of fun in January. We distill all the random, really fun things, and we still do those single grain series, that 100% wheat, 100% corn, like I said when we were making our whiskeys.
Yeah.
And then we do a lot of fun stuff. We do some smoked malts. We do all sorts of weird, crazy things.
Well, I've seen one that's oat. Do you have oat whiskey?
Yeah, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
So
did you taste it?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Okay.
I'm going back up to the distillery in August, and I think there might still be some laying around. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's a. There's so many cool things that we got going on, and the nice thing about being a craft distillery and like us being who we are is we can play around and do whatever we want. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody telling us that we have to do it one way.
No, right.
We can do whatever in the world we want, and if we screw it up, cool, you'll never taste it. Right? It stays,
Right.
It stays there and it goes on. You know what I mean? And that's totally fine. And so it gives us the opportunity that we really have a blank slate, and goes back to what I was saying earlier about like working with Colby and those guys is. They really like experimenting and playing around with things and kind of see why things are the way they are.
Well, right, yeah.
That's got to be a fun part of it, though, too.
Yeah, right? With bourbon, we're stuck in such a small sandbox.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that you're allowed to do and still be labeled bourbon.
Right.
And so it's cool that you can find little nuances that can completely change profiles and taste, even though we're in such a controlled sandbox. So it's trying to play with those different variables to have a unique product that you're allowed to play with. And so it's been really cool to see that. And then when we can really try something, we're like, man, that's really cool. It might not be bourbon anymore, like our 100% wheat, right? And so then we kind of play around and do some 100% wheat.
Well, yeah, and you can you do something like a light whiskey, right? Where there's like no rules. If you call it light whiskey, you get to do whatever you want,
right? I mean, it's neutral grain spirit at that point, right? Put them in second fill barrels. Yeah, there's so many different things. Like, we are not light whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it, right? I think there's a really beautiful piece to it, to all whiskeys out there, and that's why I love doing what I do. Is I absolutely love whiskey, right? Like this is technically working. I mean, it's working now, you guys. I know.
Yeah,
but,
right. Yeah, we know what we are too.
Right? So it's a really cool aspect. To what makes. I think it just makes it even cooler about what makes Frey Ranch.
So then we're on to
round
rye.
3.
Round 3. So we're gonna go to our.
It took me a while to become a rye guy.
Yeah.
But I'm. But this has helped change the game.
Pretty awesome, right? So one of the cool things, and I think it's probably the coolest talking point about our rye, is it's 100% rye.
Yeah.
A lot of whiskeys out there that are rye whiskeys are like a 95.5, so 95% rye, 5% malted barley, some other things. We're actually 100%.
That's cool.
Rye. And a lot of times people, when I tell them that, they're like, oh, because they don't love rye. Rye can be intimidating, and I don't know why.
God, that smells so good.
It's got a bad name, I think.
Yeah.
Years ago.
But
it started to come around though. More and more people.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Well, I
I'll
think
try
most
that.
everybody's like, I don't like. I didn't really like me. Like I didn't really like rye. It's too much of this or too much of that.
Yeah.
And then they have a couple different variants of different ryes, and they're like, well, yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing I love about rye, and I kind of said it earlier with bourbon.
God, this
It's
is
your
so
same like unique like 10 to 15 flavors.
Right.
Some are elevated, some are a little bit subdued. I think rye is a really good opportunity for you to truly taste what that distiller wanted you to taste.
good. Mhm.
Oh, what's 100%
There's-
nothing else in it.
There's ryes that are super herbaceous. There's ones that are super vegetal. There's some that are super spiced, right? There's some that taste like a juicy fruit bubblegum.
Well, we had one that was mixed, or it just so happened to be next to a chili field,
Okay.
and the chili it like cross pollinated into the rye,
Yeah.
so that chili got into the rye, and you can taste the chilies in the rye.
That's cool.
It was
Just
And so I think rye is this really cool opportunity. It's like a blank canvas that you really get to taste what that distiller wanted you to taste. And with our rye being 100% rye, it's hard to say. As much as I love rye whiskey, I almost hate the term bourbon drinkers rye because I love rye and I feel like I'm taking away from like
Yeah.
my favorite category. But it really is. It really is a bourbon drinker's rye. The cool thing about this whiskey is it's also 100 proof.
Mm.
So it's 100%, 100 proof bottle and bond.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Love this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
it's odd. I get like a little mint.
No,
in
and
there.
but and that's usual with ryes. So a lot of ryes have a mint, aftertaste.
I've never
They have mint
I've
flavor.
never had it like hit me like that.
Oh, I've had one that's like
Well, it's not.
toothpaste.
It's absolutely
Right,
it's
like almost too
fantastic.
much, right?
Yeah.
It's
Way too
fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never tasted that minty thing in a Frey Ranch rye except for right now.
Well, and I think I'm back.
It's
in
not
the-
overpowering.
No.
It's just
Well, the interesting, like I get on the finish, I get like the sweetness, like the
Mhm.
sweetness coming through at the end.
Yeah.
Which the bourbon's like that's what hits you first
right.
is
Yeah.
the sweet flavor, but the sweetness comes at the end. Like I didn't expect that after that little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice at the front.
Mhm.
So it's nice. It's true characteristics to rye. Like you're like, all right, I'm going to get those baking spices that you appreciate and love with the rye. The nice thing about 100 proof and with the price point on this rye too is like gives you an opportunity that it's an incredible whiskey to drink neat. You also don't really feel too bad if you make an old fashioned.
That was the first thing I tried from Frey Ranch was the rye.
Yeah.
And I was a fan then because I was like, that is different than a lot of the ryes I've had.
Yeah.
And that's a staple. And
So good.
I love proving people wrong with this rye.
What are the price points for this in where we're at?
Yeah, so in Florida, we're right around like the $50 price point, $49.99, $79.99, and then $59.99 on this guy. Keep an eye out. There might be some changes in the near future coming that are for the better. But yeah, we're right around that $50 price point, 50, 60, 70.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's our core lineup.
yeah, love it. Nope,
Fire.
big fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, super good.
Yeah, and then I got some goodies.
Oh, goodies. Yes.
You like goodies, right?
Yes,
I like
goodies.
So I actually brought our 100% wheat.
Oh, wow.
In a 375. So let's. All right. So the cool thing about our wheat is 100% wheat.
Yeah.
120 proof on this guy as well. So
Ooh.
we're gonna go 4 years, 8 months on this guy.
4 years, 8 months. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
that's high for a wheat, isn't it?
Well, especially for the proof, right? And
Yeah.
so the nice thing about our proof, I think, is because we have that ability earlier, like I said, we can kind of do what we want.
Yeah.
Is we're not stuck on our single grain series like this guy to a specific proof. So some of our whiskeys that we do in our single grain series might be 120 proof, some might be a little bit lower. So,
Ooh.
I'm still sipping on the rye. So
Oh, I
Yeah.
Oh wow, that this one
Ooh.
I'm excited about this.
Oh yeah.
you should be, right?
Yeah.
So with our wheats and a lot of our single grain series, we're super limited on how much we do.
Mm.
Kind of the beautiful thing about them being in a 375.
Yeah, is that why? Is
Oh,
that why it's
wow.
in a small bottle? Just a little
So
bit?
we can split the love a little bit more in a 375,
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha. Yeah. So but are these available? Like
So these are always available on our. I shouldn't say always available. When we release these, they're available online.
Okay.
And then there are a few states that we put things out across the country. I was up in Georgia working the market and was able to snag this guy.
Really?
This is my
That's
personal,
your own personal.
Ah.
personal bottle on this guy right here.
Oh, nice.
This is
Yeah, I would definitely pick
incredible.
that up.
Yeah.
This is so good.
And I'm a fan of the wheats because we had been like Missouri, the Missouri bourbon.
Yep.
Yeah. is red wheat, and so I'm a fan of the some of the wheaters, and that is really good.
Yeah, this whiskey right here is special.
Holy cow!
If you can find one of these, do it. And I'll say this, like, plug to join our website stuff, right? So when you go on our website, it automatically pops up. Do you get the newsletters? We call it the Dirt.
So sign up for the Dirt. You got to do that.
Sign up for the Dirt. You get stuff like that. Also get stuff like this.
What is that?
So this is
silo.
An incredible package, right? But this whiskey right here is super unique. So this is our 10-year anniversary whiskey. We call it our Harvester series.
How freaking cool is that thing?
Right. So I saw pictures of this thing like on email, like when they were sending it to us, letting us know what's coming.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big it is. That's why we didn't do the whole video like this, because you just see one like this the whole time, right? And so really cool whiskey right here, but it's got this really cool, unique topper with the tractor on
little
top.
tratter on top of there.
But this whiskey right here is really just a way to symbolize 10 years of distilling on the farm. So,
and like you said, the crazy thing is like what? So they got a distilling license in 2006 till 2014, and then put out the first bottles 2019. Well, in 2013 they finally passed the laws where they could actually distill in Nevada for the first time ever.
We had a lot of some headwinds that we were going through with that, and then so this whiskey right here is. I've had some people like, oh, it's a 10 year. I'm like, it's not a 10 year, it's our 10th anniversary. So it's celebrating our 10 year, but this is actually a blend of tasted through over 100 different barrels.
Okay.
Between 14 different mash bills. So we kind of talked about like having fun.
Yep.
We had 14 different mash bills that we tasted to come through this. The nose, Miss Nancy Fraley helped us actually design this and bottle this, which has been really, really, really cool. And so this actually has some oat in it. You talked about that oat earlier. So it's got corn, wheat, barley, rye. It's got some oat in it. There's a lot of really cool pieces to this whiskey. Once again, this is also in my personal collection. So you see why some of it is, a fair amount of it is gone. It's really good. And this guy right here is, I think, 121 proof on this guy. Yeah, 121.14.
So does they have the mash bill on the side of that one too, or no?
No, so we kind of have all the tons of the information here.
Oh, on the inside? Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So all the information for it's going to be in here, and there's always a ton of information on our website and whatnot as well.
Thank you. 170 years of farming.
Yeah.
How many farmers can say that they've been around for 170 freaking 50 years?
Yeah, so we have some of the first original deeded land in the state of Nevada. And the way I looked at it is...
So they're Nevadians. Nevadians?
Nevadans?
That works.
Like...
Through and through. Yeah, right?
I mean, you don't know?
Yeah, but I had to get told how to even say Nevada. I said Nevada, and I got yelled at.
Is it not Nevada?
Yeah, it's Nevada.
It's Nevada. Shut up, nerd.
Such a good whiskey.
Oh, God, even the smell, like...
Everything about this whiskey is incredible. So, we made 500 bottles of this guy. That's all we made on this one. Really cool. We actually, and some of it say at the distillery, some went online. Praise Jesus, right?
Like, yeah. Wow, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
I had a moment.
Yeah, right? I can tell. And so it's really cool that this whiskey, so we did 500 bottles, some say at the distillery, some went online. We actually crashed Flaviar's website.
Really?
We pushed this online and sold out in 14 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, with this whiskey. And we retail this whiskey right at $249. This whiskey is something that we are going to continue to push out. So you'll see our next one will be the Second Harvest.
Oh, yeah.
Those whiskeys will continue to be out. So we have this next one coming out here around the holiday season, October-ish. Once again, sign up for the Dirt.
We'll find out.
You'll find more information out there.
So can you visit the farm, or is it just
Yeah. So we're open for visits every Saturday.
Oh,
we got some cool stuff. A lot of times we'll have some other things as far as food trucks. We might have other things out there to enjoy, but we always are open on Saturdays.
Really? Well,
That's awesome. Frey Ranch.
Yes, that was amazing. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah,
it was a great time. I loved all of the the whole lineup plus the goodies.
The goodies.
Oh man, both of them. The goodies are amazing. I said I would buy each one if I could.
Where can you find all this beautiful merch, Chris?
On whiskeyandhammock.com/merch. Right, so you can get all this awesome gear like these SPF shirts,
hats,
Hats, coasters, all that cool stuff.
I heard you also have hammocks.
We do have
Wow.
hammocks.
Yes, we do.
Oddly enough,
Weird.
yep, there are
Yeah.
hammocks.
They are very comfortable. I have slept in mine multiple times.
Yes.
Hey,
And
there
it's
you go.
so I actually have a whiskey and hammock that has seen the country. It's gone all the way to St. Vincent Island to go sandbar hunting on a little island outside of Florida. It's been to Idaho with me. It's come back,
That's awesome.
and now it's in my yard. So
Take pictures.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right? Yeah,
Take pictures.
I should.
Yep. We'll put them on the website.
All right.
Hit us with the motto, homie.
May the wind always sway your hammock. May your glass never go dry.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Joe. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. It's like a Ron Burgundy. Frey. Don't do that.